Get this. Researchers have created AI that can play Doom.
Play Doom.
Not play against play, as in it is the game engine.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back up.
Yeah, you heard that right. Wipe that confused look off your face, and let's deep dive into GameNGen.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that one.
All right, so picture this. Usually games are built on these rigid sets of rules, right?
Yeah, coded into a game engine.
Right, exactly. But GameNGen, it chucks that rule book out the window.
Chucks it out the window. You're saying GameNGen is the game engine itself.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And it can run Doom?
It can run Doom in real time on a single TPU.
No way.
Wait, this is not a drill. I read the research paper. It's literally titled, Diffusion Models Are Real-Time Game Engines.
Catchy.
Tell me about it. And they weren't kidding around, but honestly, it's the how that really melted my brain.
Okay, let's hear it then. How does it work?
So it's this whole two-step process, right? First, they train an AI agent to play Doom.
Okay, I've heard of that. They trained it to play like a person, right? Like with all the little quirks and mistakes humans make.
That's the one. But get this, they didn't want it to play like some kind of unbeatable AI demon.
They wanted it to play like realistically.
They wanted human-like gameplay. Think about how you learn to play in Doom.
Oh man, trial and error for sure. Lots of it.
Exactly. That's exactly how they trained this AI. It got points for doing things human players do. You know, hitting enemies, exploring the map, grabbing power-ups. It's wild.
So it's learning by making mistakes, just like us. That's incredible.
Right. But here's where it gets really nuts. That's just step one.
Wait, there's more. I thought the AI playing Doom was the big thing.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat here. What's step 2? How do you go from an AI that plays Doom to an AI that is Doom?
All right, so they took all those recordings of the AI playing Doom, and they fed them to a diffusion model.
Like a diffusion model, like DALL-E or stable diffusing, that kind of thing.
You got it. And you know how those things work.
I mean, I've got the general idea. They're trained on a massive data set of images, right?
Right. So think of it like this. They're showing this diffusion model a highlight reel of another AI playing Doom.
Hold on. So they trained an AI to play Doom, recorded it, and then showed those recordings to another AI.
That's exactly it. And this second AI, the diffusion model, it's learning the visual style of Doom, frame by frame.
And it learns from another AI playing the game, and then becomes the game.
You're getting it.
My mind is officially blown. Seriously. That's amazing.
I know, right?
But how does it look? Like, is it as good as the real game?
You're not going to believe this.
Hit me.
It's basically indistinguishable.
No way.
Really. Remember how JPEGs sometimes make images look a little blurry? It's about that level of quality.
So to you and me, basically the same thing.
To you and me, the real deal. But think about this. It's doing this in real time, reacting to every single thing you do in the game. That's the real magic here.
That's insane. Okay, you've definitely got my attention now.
Okay, so we've got this AI learning to paint Doom like a digital Bob Ross.
It's a pretty wild concept when you put it like that.
Right, but there's a catch, isn't there?
Always a catch. What's up?
Doom, it's all about speed, right? Precision.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If the game lags for even a second, exactly.
So how does GameNGen handle that whole real-time thing?
Well, that's where things get really, really clever.
Do tell.
So they didn't just feed the raw gameplay footage straight into the diffusion model.
Okay.
They threw in a little curveball.
A curveball? Like what? Noise? Hold on. Like, you mean making the footage all, like, blurry and weird? Why make it harder for the AI?
Okay. Think about it like this, right? You're learning to walk a tightrope. What would be easier learning on a stable surface, or one that, like, sways a little bit?
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right.
So by adding noise, they're basically training this AI on, like, a supercharged Doom.
A Doom and a half, you might say. They're basically prepping it for the real thing, the chaos of real-time gameplay.
Okay, so the AI is basically getting a crash course in dealing with the unexpected.
Exactly. You see, when you're generating these images so rapidly, one after the other, even the tiniest errors, they can snowball. Like a game of telephone, but with pixels.
And that messes everything up.
Oh, yeah. Big time. It's called autoregressive drift, and it can make the visuals go completely haywire.
So the noise is like training the AI to ignore the distractions and focus on what's important.
You got it. It's basically like giving it a superpower. It can maintain visual consistency even when things get really unpredictable.
That is seriously clever. But Doom isn't just about shooting pixelated demons.
Definitely not.
There's a lot of detailed information on the HUD, right? Health, ammo, all that.
All the good stuff.
Can GameNGen handle those fine details as well?
Oh, they didn't just nail the basics, my friend. They obsessed over the details. Like, during fine-tuning, they paid extra attention to the HUD elements.
Yeah.
And the results, let me tell you, impressive. Crisp, clear, completely indistinguishable from the original game.
Seriously. And it can do all of this on a single TPU.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind. I read somewhere they were hitting over 20 frames per second, too.
Yep, that's right.
How is that even possible? Diffusion models are supposed to be slow, right?
Right. Well, that was another surprise. They discovered that GameNGen needs far fewer denoising steps compared to typical diffusion models. Remember how we were talking about adding and removing noise during training?
Yeah.
GameNGen doesn't need to go through that cycle as many times.
Interesting. So it's like they found a shortcut in the process.
Yeah, you could say that. And that means they can generate frames way faster, which obviously
makes real-time gameplay possible.
Exactly.
They basically took this really computationally expensive process and they streamlined it for speed. That's amazing.
Pretty incredible, right?
So they've got the speed, they've got these incredible visuals, they've got the details.
It's not to love.
Right. This is already exceeding expectations.
Yeah.
But how well does it actually hold up over a longer gameplay session? Does the AI ever get confused or lost?
Ah, the million-dollar question. And that brings us to one of GameNGen's current, let's say, limitations. Memory.
Memory. Okay.
Right now, the model only has a memory of about 3 seconds of gameplay.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Wow. So it's like that friend who can't remember what they had for breakfast, let alone like
5 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, so even with a 3-second memory, it doesn't just like completely fall apart? Nope.
How does that even work?
That's the really mind-blowing part, right? It's not just memorizing what it sees,
Yeah.
It seems like it's actually learning the rules of the game. Like you can look at the game state, your health, your ammo, the enemies around you, and it makes these really educated guesses about what should happen next.
So even with a limited memory, it's able to maintain this illusion of a persistent world.
It's pretty incredible.
This is like the early days of deepfakes, right?
Totally.
Remember when those first came out, everyone was freaking out? Now look how far things have come with AI image generation.
Yeah. It feels like a real turning point.
It does.
Like imagine a future where you don't even need to code a game. You just describe it to an AI and it builds it for you.
Think about the possibilities for indie developers or someone who just has this cool idea for a game.
That's wild.
It is.
Okay, I'm really excited about this now. But obviously GameNGen has a long way to go, right?
Yeah.
What are, like, the biggest hurdles they need to overcome?
Well, that memory limitation is a big one.
Yeah.
Imagine if GameNGen could remember, like, hours of gameplay, not just seconds.
Right.
We could have these massively complex, dynamic worlds all generated in real time.
And this is just with Doom. Imagine letting GameNGen loose on something like, I don't know, The Witcher 3.
Oh, man.
With this huge open world and all those storylines.
Right. And imagine the performance games. What if AI-powered games could adapt to your hardware on the fly?
Oh, wow.
Guaranteeing silky smooth frame rates, no more dropped frames or lag?
That would be incredible. We've barely even scratched the surface of what this technology can do.
We're just getting started.
It really is like opening a treasure chest and finding a map to an even bigger treasure chest.
That's a great analogy. And it really makes you wonder, if AI can learn to play a game as complex as Doom, what's next?
Yeah.
What other, like, impossible tasks are about to become possible?
That's something to think about. If you're as mind-blown by GameNGen as we are, we've got links to some incredible videos and demos in the show notes. Go check them out and see this thing in action. It's one thing to hear about it. It's another to actually see it.
Definitely.
And while you're at it, ask yourself, what does this mean for the future of gaming? And what other aspects of our world are about to be totally transformed by AI?